Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. We're going to work in this transistor radio. I purchased this a while ago. It's I haven't seen that many of them through the years, and this is just, it just happened. This was for sale, and I purchased it. Of course, the person who was selling it mentioned under ad that it's not working. And the name of it is Male Chauvinistic Pig. So I am assuming a lady designed this or something like that. So again, the reason I bought it because it was different, I haven't seen again that many of them. Is that the case itself is pretty good material. It's not flimsy plastic, but it's very heavy duty. And that with the tail supposed to turn on and off. And of course, this is you change the station from back here, where you put the earphone in. It's telling you this is a different type of transistor radio. So, but it designed pretty well. So when I received it, I opened it up. Of course, you just put it like that. And so there is no crack anywhere, which is a good thing. So this, of course, as you see, the battery, 9-volt battery connection is lost, is not there, and has some soldering. See that? It's like a solder got in there. I assume somebody was trying to fix this. So they say made in Hong Kong, right here. So let's take this apart to see what's going on. I'm going to set up the temporary, hook up to the battery. And of course, I did this before when I purchased it. It was a few years ago. And just I heard some hissing sound. And so we have to take it apart to see what's going on. All right, let's start working in this project, folks. Again, it's pretty interesting radio. That's why I bought it. Very different. It was an addition to my crazy collection of transistor radio. A bunch of transistors, they're very different. Anyway, let's start working on it. Put this aside. Seems like there are 2 screws here. Those are the only screws I see. All right. There's the first one. There's the second one we're going to remove. All right. The speaker, of course, I'm sure they glued it in. Let's turn it upside down. Again, the positive is coming here. The negative comes all the way here. You might ask how big this radio is. This is compared to 9-volt battery. And so it is about maybe 4 times size of this. And hook up the battery to it. I'm going to pull this out. All right. That's a positive, of course. And you see it's a plus. That's positive. You put it off to the positive. Then, of course, the black wire is negative. And that's going to hook up to negative side of the battery, as you see. Did you hear that noise? See, no station is coming through. So let's figure out what's going on with this. I just start checking, and I start looking under magnifying glass that this connection here seems the solder came out. This is right here. Right here. You see, this is actually moving. It's hooked up to this capacitor. See these capacitors? This side is disconnected, totally disconnected right here. Can you see it? Right here. So let's solder that. Maybe that's what the problem is. Let's see. We're going to solder that. Okay. And let's replace this wire. The positive just right there. And the negative comes all the way back here. Let's take it out of here. Right, hooked up right here to the switch. I'll solder both of them. Already picked up another one from Toolbox. That should work. Let's check. Yeah, that's long enough. That's good. That's what we need. It's crazy where they soldered it. Okay. This is out. Okay. This is out too. And that's where the wire goes to. Right here. Alright. Want to make a knot somewhere. So if it's being pulled by mistake, it doesn't. This should do it. This goes across here. We'll hook up right here. And let's solder it back to here. The way they soldered it was crazy. It should be soldered through this loop like that. Let's solder this together. Okay, that is done. Alright, like this, when you pull the seat, doesn't come out anymore. Okay. And then we're going to hook it up right to here. So we're going to cut the extra one off. Like that. Okay, this goes right here. I'm going to add some solder to my soldering gun. I think we got it. Yeah. Right. Let's hook up to the battery. And let's take this lead off here. So whoever was trying to fix this, they got the soldering. And that is stuck in here. It's stuck. It ate the plastic. Okay, that is out. Again, when you want to take this out, always use, this is the best way to remove it. Don't yank it, you're going to break things. Alright, let's put this screw in and then we try it out. These are again, they're very small screws. Let's install the battery. I assume it goes there. Yeah. I need to lubricate the volume control. Again, using this product. Just a couple of drops. Alright. Let's check it out. But why is not coming on? Why is not working? Let's take it out. Maybe they're hitting the speaker. The speaker is right there. And that's my assumption. Let's see. Maybe some of those connection hitting the speaker. Shorten the connection. I'm not sure. Let's check it out. Let's take it out one more time and figure these things out. I'm wondering if there is a solder issue somewhere else. Let me take this out. And let's check the solder underneath all the connections. Just clean it, be able to see better. Dust underneath. Something else is loose here. When I touch it, it makes noise. It might be a bad connection somewhere. You know, the board is okay, there is no crack anywhere, as I can tell. Weird. Let's put this back together. Because underneath everything was looking good, as I can tell. Do you think maybe this capacitor is bad? Let's take this capacitor out and test it. Maybe that's what's going on. We'll turn this off, take the battery out. Okay, the capacitor, the negative side, you see right here, the negative, right here, it comes to this bar here. And that's a positive, that's a negative. See right here. And let's take it out and test it. Okay. Let's see one side is out already. Let's take the other side out too. So small. Hard to get to. Okay, it's out. Alright folks, I took both of these capacitor out. This one is 10 watts, 50 microfarad. This one also 10 watts and 10 microfarad. So see where the negative lines are. That is negative, so this is going to hook up here. That is here. Let's see. As you see, is almost 60 microfarad. So it's almost 10 over. So I'm going to replace this. Let me test the other one. Again, negative here. These are so small. And that is 16. So this is also much over what it's supposed to be. So these are the new one. I bought a bag, like a sorted bag, had all these things on it. You know, of course, these are, they have 25 volt, 50 volt, 35 volts. Voltage, if it's over, is fine, but you know, you want to stay with capacitor range. All right. So the short one usually is negative, but you want to double check. And let's put this one here. Okay, this is 47. We can use it instead of 50. So we're fine with this. This is fine. It's good when you buy a sorted one, then you have all the size you need. And see, this comes like a bunch of them in the bag anyway. This is 10 microfarad. So small. Because new capacitors, of course, much smaller than the old one. Let's see what is reading this one. All right, 9.8, almost 10. This should do. When I install both of them, it's so small. Definitely, you need a good lighted magnifying glass so you can see. Negative comes in this bar right here, and the other one was right here, a positive. So was this to place right here. So I'm going to heat up. Yeah, doing this without this lighted magnifier is so hard. Definitely need, so I'm just heating up and pressing it down. Then this one goes to the other hole right there. Let's see how both of them coming through. All right, that should do it right there. That should be fine. Same level of the others. So let me solder those, bend them. So this is goes on negative, of course. Okay. Positive side. Definitely you need one of these to do all this small work. I'm going to cut the extra lead off like that. This one is off too. Let's install the second one. This is the one, 47. It says 50, but 47 is fine. Negative again is this bar. See where the negative is? Because still negative, positive there. See, already cleaned those holes. This should be fine right here. Alright, I soldered that too. And then we cut the extra lid off. Okay. Let's put a battery in and we can test it. Hopefully that was a problem. If it's not done, we need to test the transistors. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see. Yeah, definitely something else is going on with this. Usually these transistor radios, you know, if again it's Panasonic, Sony's, they're unbelievable. Rest of them like this, you know, you have to spend some time to figure out what's going on with them, what's not working. Alright, I keep checking, testing, looking, and do whatever is possible. And I just found another, you know, this is like a capacitor. You see here is loose too. See that? It's totally loose right here. You see? This is the second one. And let's solder that to see if that's gonna help or not. This is crazy. Okay. All right, you heard that, didn't you? This is weird. All right, folks. Finally, I figured out what was wrong with this. There were several issues, and I noticed that, as you saw when I was touching some parts, some of them they were not soldered correctly, or was coming out, especially the one they were running against the speaker. So the solder was not really soldered correctly. As you saw, I tested everything and I couldn't. The only thing was those two capacitors. As you saw, they need to be replaced. I replaced those. It still was an issue, was not coming on. So I think you saw it when I was bending this, you know, actually I call it PC board was bending a little bit. The radio was coming on. And then, you know, as soon as I let it go, it was going off. As you saw, usually when that happens, there's two things is happening to the this called, you know, PC board. One, you know, it might be a crack, very like a hairline crack. You cannot even see it. It's pretty hard, you know, figure out where actually is. You know, there's that, because when you bend it, you know, make the connection. So it's coming on. The second thing is, as you saw earlier, you know, some of the part was not even soldered. You saw how loose it was. And so I went there and I found so many of them. I mean, I brought the magnifying glass with the light right on top of this. I mean, it was half an inch close to the PC board, and it was so many of them, close to 10 or 15 of them, that I had to resolder. After you solder that, you turn it on. You see it? Now it's working. You see that? So it's now it's working. I mean, with no issue. So what I'm gonna do now, all this antenna wire, there's 4 of them come here, which is goes under this turning, you know, for station tuning. They're very close to, you know, they have a cloth over it, and sometimes those, I noticed, they touch the top of the parts that was soldered. They're pretty sharp, and that was another issue too. So I'm going to use the tape under to keep a little space between the wires and also PC board. Then I'm going to put everything back together. Then we're going to test it together, right? So let me do that. I'm going to turn this off. So by doing this, now the antenna wire is not heading other portion of the radio. That is one of them. I need another small one over there. It's pretty hard to get them in the right place. But if I don't, then we're going to have an issue again. Well, this type of work you never want to see in Panasonic or any Japanese radio, because they believe they had quality control. With this one, this was made in Hong Kong, and as I said earlier, you know, they are very hard, you know, to fix, because you saw what happened. I guess there is no quality control at 1970s or 80s. Not sure when this radio was made, but that's my assumption, those years. Okay. Again, as you see, this solder here, but also sitting here because there is no protection underneath. Maybe they had something that came off, I don't know. Alright. Okay, this is now protected too. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. See what I did? It was hitting that one, so now it doesn't. Same thing here now. They don't head anywhere. Alright, now we are ready to put it in. Let me try it out. Okay, it's working. As you hear it. Now let's put it back together. Alright. We need to put this in. Put this screw in. These transistor radios are so small, so hard to work on. I'd rather work in tube radios, but these are fun too to work on. But they're so darn small. Okay. Alright, let's put this one on. We finished with this radio finally, with all the issue we had with this radio. Let's get it started. You know, this is our male chauvinistic pig. You know, so if you turn the tail to come on,
That's just what you need out of your 9-hole hitter. Just go up there and try and turn it back over to your top of your lineup.
It's pretty cute radio.
You know, another guy or two on him, and maybe get curvy up there with some guys on base. It's going to be your best opportunity here.
And here you can see it.
This weekend are 4 for 35. And Jacob Young is amongst that when he swings and misses with a first pitch fastball.
And chased that one. That looked like ball one.
Let's change the
He
station.
has struck out twice.
It picked up a lot of stations.
UCLA, and that's USC. And I wasn't over
And
impressed.
it sounds really good, as you can tell. It sounds awesome. I'm amazed.
Attached strings, what it funds.
There's
When
another.
it subsidizes, it will regulate.
Let's pick up more station this side. As you can tell, it's picking up a bunch of stations. I'm pretty happy with this repair as well.
Coach, we really appreciate it. We appreciate you giving us the time, especially after such a crazy year. I know you want some relaxation. So enjoy the rest of it. No, listen, I love being on, and you know what? If the tournament goes on and next week you need a poor analyst that couldn't coach his team there.
And turn it off. I hope you enjoy watching the repair of this crazy radio, and I'm so glad I worked on it. It has so many issues, but it fixed. Thank you for watching. You all have a great day. I want to take the opportunity and thank you for taking your valuable time watching these videos. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when new video being uploaded. You have a great day.